Today, we're gonna make a black metal band.
Mitch the expert.
The question I got was, hey Mitch, what do you think of Norwegian black metal? Have you ever listened to it? And if you haven't, why not? What are your opinions on it? And what do you think of Varg Vikernes? I think it's something like that. I'm just gonna call him Vargy. That's a damn good question. So let's get into it. Right off the bat, I'm not a big fan of Norwegian black metal. Most of I've heard is very noisy and doesn't have like a solid beat or a tempo or a melody. It's just kind of endless screaming. I know I sound like a 90-year-old man who doesn't get it, but really that's kind of what it sounds like to me. Furthermore, Norwegian black metal bands are actually kind of funny. Let me explain why. You got the makeup. The makeup, as you can see on, well, Immortal's a good example. As you can see, it's kind of like Kiss makeup, but it's taken over the top a bit. There's other bands do that, and they wear, spikes and stuff on the arm. There's a costume. There's a costume for that style of music. And that's interesting to me, an entire, genre of music that's got its own costume. So that's funny. Secondly, we got the logos. Now, it seems to me, if you're sitting down and making a black metal band, the design process goes, all right, we need a word that sounds evil and looks evil, but when it's written out as our logo, it can't be immediately readable. Also, we need to try to fit as many inverted crosses and inverted pentagrams into the logo as we can. Bonus points if we find a way to incorporate black dragon wings. Let me show you what I mean. First off, we've got Mayhem with double inverted crosses, a classic. Emperor goes another route and throws an inverted pentagram behind them and makes the E and the R nice and big. Now, Abigor and Dark Funeral both have inverted pentagrams and inverted crosses. Nicely done. Draconian makes the first use that we've seen so far of the dragon wings. But my favorite is Enthroned, who mixes it all together. Inverted crosses, inverted pentagrams, evil dragon wings, big end letters. God, it's perfect! Now, that being said, I thought what would be really fun to do is start my own Norwegian black metal band just for this episode. I'm Norwegian, so I'm not shitting on anybody's culture. So the first order of business is I gotta find myself an evil name. I need to go to an evil source. I know a good evil source that freaks people out, the Satanic Bible. In the Satanic Bible, they have a list called the Infernal Names. I can pull those up on Wikipedia, and here we go. So let's scroll on down that list, and here's one, Damballa. That sounds sweet. Damballa. It comes up from the gut and expels out Damballa. Hopefully there isn't already a band named Damballa, and I'd look, but this isn't a real band, so I don't really give a fuck. So, we start with Damballa. First order of business is to capitalize the first and last letter. Interestingly enough, we could probably, curve those sides and make them kind of evil looking. Ta-da! Damballa! Okay, that's pretty good. But you know what? The middle of that M could probably come down and make an inverted cross. There we go. Doing good so far. Now what we need is, we need a big old Baphomet in the background. So let's just slap one of those in there. Ha ha, it's looking perfect. Thing is, I did curve that D and that A, and that's the perfect backdrop for fucking big-ass dragon wings. There we go, fuckers. Damballa's got a logo. Are you ready for Damballa all up in your face? Well, let's write some fucking music. Garage band, here we come. So we're gonna come in here, get ourselves some drums, some rock drums. Fucking yeah, what do we got? Some affected drums? What's that? Nah, it's too affected. Modern rock drums. All right, not bad. Let's try number 4. All right. Nice and tribal. All right, let's do that. So we're going to drag our tribal thing up here to the drum spot, and now we're going to need some percussion. What do we have for percussion here? Let's see. We got this. Nah, way too jungle. Jungle. Let's see. There we go. Nice, and there we go. Plenty of cymbals. Now we're going to need some guitars. So let's look at our guitars here. Let's see, edgy rock guitar, I like that. It's a little grungy, we're gonna need something else first. Now see, that's got a good squeal to it, and then let's throw in those grungy. Yeah, we can throw a little effect on that one. So let's go ahead and even this out. Let's see here. Not bad, but it's way too slow. So let's check out this tempo and crank it way the fuck up. 240 beats per minute. Yeah, now that's a fucking metal band right there. But we're missing something. We need vocals. I just basically decided to make a bunch of guttural noises, really obnoxious guttural noises, and scream and yell with no actual words. Perfect! Now we'll need some distortion, so let's go ahead and throw some distortion on there. Let's hear how we sound with distortion. Oh, that's perfect. Let's put it all together. Crank those vocals up a little bit more. Fucking rock your goddamn face off. Are you ready for Damballa? Just for kicks, let's compare a recent Damballa track to an old school Mayhem track. Yeah, I know. I fucking rule. It's cool. So what about Vargy? Well, don't tell him I called him Vargy. He killed a guy once, you know. True story. Killed his own band member. Stabbed him in the fucking skull with a knife. That's a hardcore motherfucker. Say what you want about any other band in the history of time that's claimed to be bad boys. Varg is the most hardcore of all. He killed a motherfucker by stabbing him in the head with a knife and admitted it. Did Sid really kill Nancy? Nobody really fucking knows, and he didn't admit to it. Varg did! He killed a guy. There's proof. He admitted it. There's video. I don't know if there's video. But yeah, he kind of scares me. I'm not a big fan of his music, but I think we can get past that, he and I. As always, I'm Mitch the Expert. Send me your questions and I'll break it the fuck down.
Mitch the Expert.